Today, I wanted to talk to you about a la carte learning system and some of the real growth that we've seen here at Joyce Educational Services with the a la carte learning style. Many of you may ask, what is a la carte learning? A la carte learning is just like it says. If you've ever gone to a buffet style restaurant and you're able to pick and choose what you would like. And that is what they're calling this change in education over the past few years. Many of the states have taken up this a la carte style learning. Lately, I've been hearing this conversation with parents about the changes in Florida. And it's not just Florida, it is all around the nation. Many states have adopted this opportunity for parents. Every student is allocated a certain amount of money from the state. This money is either sent to a public school, a private school, or can be utilized by the parents to create their own learning system. Parents are more than ever opting into this choice. So they are removing their children from traditional schools and utilizing the funds from the state to design their child's education. But what does this really mean? It looks different for every child. Again, like I said, it's a la carte. Your buffet, if you're at a buffet style restaurant, your plate is going to look totally different from mine. Some students use these funds and they pay to go to virtual school where their curriculum is dictated by the state and they follow the traditional curriculum, but are able to do it in a flexible mode. So they're able to do some math work in the morning, they can go to training in the afternoon, they can then come back and do some more work in the evening. Some parents use a variety of methods. They may use it for going on trips and doing some hands on activities. They may use it for multiple different programs. So the student might use one program for math, a different program for science. So there is a wide range of opportunities with this style of education. There are also things called micro schools. Joyce Educational Services is moving towards becoming more of a micro school type environment where each student has their own learning plan and is able to work on their learning goals individually. As most of you may know, I have two students here with me, and both of them do very different style curriculums. One student does the Florida State curriculum where there is a lot of reading and it's a lot of independent work, and he is very successful in that. Inside of there, I also provide remediation and other tools to help him be successful in his everyday learning. My other student who struggles a little bit more in reading is on a program that provides more visuals, more interaction, and is very hands-on. The benefits for me as an educator is that because we're in a smaller environment and we are in a more flexible environment, I am able to provide each child with their individual specific needs. Do I get it correct 100%? No. But in this environment, there's no pressure from above to get it right the first time. We are going to work together to make sure that we get it right. Why my parents love the a la carte learning style? Because they see a difference from what their child was getting in the traditional classroom. They see that their child is able to focus on things that they love and focus on things that they need. We can spend a little less time on things that they're good at but might not care too much about. We can work through that and then we can focus and dive deep into areas that they're struggling in and areas that they love. And they're able to build their passion. One of my students had no idea that they had such a love for art, and they've been growing and blossoming, and every day they're drawing more and more. My other student had no idea he had a love for coding and robotics, and he's been growing more and more in that area. So it provides so much availability and so much openness to their individual learning styles. And as you take a look into education today, you're able to see that this is not something that is going away. This is the next wave of education. We've seen it with the AI schools. We've seen it with these different smaller micro schools that focus on entrepreneurship. Many focus on robotics or engineering. Some focus on sports. There are a multitude of things. And for students who are interested in those areas, such as sports, such as music, sciences, and they know that this is their passion, they know that this is things that they love from a young age. This is a wonderful opportunity for them to explore those areas and really dive in. Can they change their mind? We all know some of us went to college for one thing and ended up changing mid second year to a whole different degree. Yes, they can change, but allow them to foster that natural love and that natural joy of learning, of research, of understanding, of questioning that they often can't do in the classroom, because in a traditional classroom, there's no time. We need to move on to the next topic. Is this for every student? No, it's not for every student. Is this for every family? No, this is not for every family. And we totally understand that. But having these funds and having this availability for families is so key. Parents can use these funds for curriculum, for travel, for tutoring, for equipment, for a multitude of things to make sure that they provide their child or children with the best and fullest education. So if you're thinking about a la carte learning or you want to learn more about a la carte learning, you can head over to my blog at www.joyceeducationalservices.org. You can always sign up for a free consultation, and you can see if you're in the Flagler, Putnam, Volusia, St. John area, you can always consider enrolling your child at Joyce Educational Services if this is something that you're interested in. Have a wonderful day.